a little bit more about this tragic incident.
Good morning, Peter. And a very sad incident indeed. From what we know so far, this incident, its information coming out of it has been a bit sketchy, given how remote and far removed that community is from mainstream media coverage. But so far, what we do know from statements that have come from the Katsina State government and from some political office holders or elected officials from that area, we've been able to put together some details. So far, we hear that 32 people have been confirmed to have died as a result of the attacks. And speaking yesterday, a representative at the House of Representatives representing that general area, Honorable Soda Soli, said that from the information available to him, he can authoritatively say that this attack was some sort of reprisal following an earlier failed attack by the bandits who had stormed the general area last weekend. And the people, because the people have their own level of arrangement for security, and then the state government has another level of its own security arrangement. Then you have the police and the military. So, following an earlier attempt by the bandits during, I think, some wedding, they were resisted, and some of their men were even killed. So they returned Tuesday morning, and they attacked this community. Now, that is his own account. From another account that I was able to monitor from an eyewitness, there were similarities, but the eyewitnesses account, this attack happened following the fact that the bandits had gone to attack another community and they were resisted. And while they were escaping, they opened fire. They stopped by this mosque and opened fire on the people and then left subsequently. Whatever the case is, the truth is that Katsina State has come under continuous attacks. This has been happening over the years. Incidentally, the immediate past president of Nigeria, who ran the government for 8 years, is or was from that state. He passed away last month. That is Muhammadu Buhari. But Katsina State has got its own peculiarity of bordering a couple of also very troubled states in the country. Zamfara State, which has seen perhaps the highest cases of banditry owing to illegal mining and field security operations in those areas. Zamfara State borders Katsina State, and particularly this area where the attacks took place, the area isn't far from Zamfara State. Katsina State also has the peculiarity of sharing an international border with Niger Republic. And as such, you also have an influx, an unregulated influx of armed bandits and ammunitions that come from across the border. So all of this have joined to make the security management situation in Katsina State very complex. And it is one of those states that continues to suffer. In fact, the House of Representatives member who spoke yesterday to the media say that so far they are dealing with this insecurity because of the peculiar location of Katsina State, and that is the number one reason behind the attacks. Peter?
Security authorities, their response times. What do we know about how quickly they can get to scenes like this, or are they always there long after events have taken place and they're just not resourced enough to be there in a preventative capacity?
Your latter statement couldn't be further from the reality on ground, Peter. In fact, following these attacks on Tuesday at early morning, just it's maybe about an hour past this time as we speak, the community dwellers who survived the attack actually came out in protest and barricaded the highway that passes through the town. And their major grievance was protesting about the fact that government needs to do something about the insecurity situation, because as at that time, no security presence had even gotten to that community. On its own hand, in a statement that the police did release, they claimed that the bandits, it was when they were resisted by the police in an earlier community, and while in retreat, they stopped at this place and opened fire on the community. But one thing for sure, Peter, that we have seen as a trend with many of these attacks is a revelation of the poor capacity of the Nigerian police and military in terms of numbers to be able to cope with the vast territory that Nigeria is, especially given the vast territory that continues to suffer insecurity. It has once again opened up the conversation that has been going on in Nigeria for a few years now as regards reforms that should include the setting up of community policing. Because a couple of states, just like Katsina State, they have managed to introduce other forms of added security vigilance by setting up vigilante organizations and organizing local volunteer vigilantes in groups. But this hasn't been able to stem the tide of insecurity, given the fact that there's a limitation to the kind of arms that those groups can carry. So you are spot on when you talk about the response time being very slow. However, on this occasion, an account on the part of government is that there was a response by the Nigeria Air Force following when they received report about the attack. And because they mobilized, they scrambled some planes that quickly went around in those general communities in an air operation that caused confusion amongst the bandits and made them to beat a retreat. And a lot of people managed to escape, and they're still getting people returning back to the communities. Peter?
Jonathan, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much indeed for that comprehensive update. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Do have a nice day.
Thank you. That's Jonathan James.